Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tuesday, August 8th, and my screen's a little bit different because I was having a problem with the primary where I share my phone screen. So now I'm going to backup software. I apologize if it's not as clear. So before we get into reviewing how our stock picks did this morning, just want to let you know about the earnings schedule. So let's go over and see here tonight. We have earnings of note that we're interested in looking at are Celsius, Twilio, Kodak, Rivian, SMCI, Docs, Laser, and PSQH, really. The other two, these two, I'm not really going to care about. Let me just move PSQH up here. And yeah, our Rocket 11's SOUN, I'm probably not that interested in, but I'll see what the press releases show. Okay, so you can see PSQH up 11%. We'll talk about that, what may be driving that today, and the technicals in just 1 second. So this last 5 days obviously have been much harder for us. We've had every day we have some winners, but it's been hard. We've also had losers every day. So this morning, our biggest loser. These are our top 5 picks in the morning: HIMS, ASUR, DraftKings, TLRY, and BLDP. I think BLDP probably got out either for a small loss or break even. So that one, and that was a very small position. ASUR working out really nicely. These were our top 2. We have a big position in ASUR, so that's working out. We'll get to HIMS disaster in a second. DraftKings had an early good day off the upgrade we saw from Truist to $44, and Kramer also mentioning some positive commentary. I don't like Kramer usually, but on top of everything else, it was an added catalyst that helped DraftKings today. TLRY, it hit our target at 270. And actually, when it broke above it, we got back in with a small position on this break of 270 TLRY. Very high risk. I recommend small positions if you do this. It's over the 200 DMA. It's also over the 50-week moving average. You can't even see it. You got to close out the volume. It's very hard to see. We're over the 50-week moving average. Okay, this is on the news that they bought 8 beer brands from Budweiser. And that's pretty interesting there because their main business was not working. And now they have 8 Budweiser brands. So TLRY moving up 32%, a little bit of a short squeeze with 12% of the short float short. So we did ride this morning from our pre-market recommendation of 250, sold just short of our target of 270, sold at 267, but we got back in a little bit higher because of that break. Once we saw 270 break and then it held, we got back in. And at this point, man, these targets on TLRY could be much higher, but again, it's very high risk, so we're doing small size. Now you're above all the key moving averages now. So now you got to move to your candles, and the next area of candle resistance is right around 313 or so, 306, 313, something like that. But you've been with us long enough to know that when you break the 50-week moving average, good things can happen. I don't like this stock fundamentally, so it's going to be a small position. And at this point, we're just going to be holding this until either it reaches targets or it breaks down. So like 311, the next target, we might sell some there. But look at this big candle here that looks interesting. $4.72 to $5. This is how we found Carvana, by the way. When it broke the 50-week moving average at like $16, we gave you a target of like $55. And that was the same type of chart. Very similar chart, very similar analysis. and we didn't really play it much because I don't like Carvana fundamentals. And here's another one. And learning from that lesson, I think we're going to keep a small position in Tilray. This could possibly make a multi-day, multi-week move to roughly $5. Very possible. So that's Tilray. All right, let's go back to our big loser for the day, HIMS. At this point, look, it's just too technically broken. Look, this was a beat on top line, bottom line, guidance increase, top line, bottom line. I mean, this is the worst candle. This is a bearish engulfing candle. It opened up like 15%, plus 15% at the open, and now minus 7%. I mean, this is just brutal. And really, you can't find anything, at least in the official news feeds. I'll tell you what may be causing it in a second. But we have Credit Suisse maintaining a $14 price target. We had another analyst, which is not my newsfeed, which maintained the buy rating, but reduced from $11 to $10. I think it was Piper Sandler. I don't know why they reduced from 11 to 10, but still, that's much higher than where it is. The only negative thing I saw is there is a company out there with a short on July 13th. All right. They initiated a strong sell on July 13th. And in fact, that morning in pre-market, it went down to about $7.40. And then during the day, went as high as $9.27. Market didn't really care about their short report. The only negative thing I found is that company, Spruce Capital, they just reiterated their sell rating. And they're like, yeah, this proves we're right. And what are they pointing to? They're saying that proves we're right. Our short thesis is right. It's really kind of like speculation. I don't know how they're reading into it, but it's just kind of speculation that they're the payback period is 2 years, not 1 year. Okay, the payback period, that the cost of acquisition, they're looking at the cost of acquisition, they're looking at the churn, they're speculating the churn is higher than it actually that's being reported, and they're speculating that the payback period is not 1 year, it's 2 years. That's the only negative thing I found. So this is tough, man. We're taking a big hit on this. And at this point, I don't really have aspirations to make a profit out of this. It's about limiting my losses on this one. We might keep some for the long term. But as far as like extra swing shares we got today, I'm not really looking to sell it here. Maybe tomorrow we get a rebound and I can sell it a little bit higher. That's what I'm looking at. Look, last week on DraftKings, it was a similar situation, but not as bad. DraftKings in the morning at 34, we thought it was a great report, but in this tough market, it's like sell the news, right? So DraftKings dove down like crazy. We held on tight. We added more at the 20-day moving average on DraftKings, and we're able to trade out of it with a profit. And we're actually now sitting pretty with DraftKings. So we're able to withstand this gap fill. So it looked like that was happening again with HIMS, but it did more than a gap fill. So it went red. So now that we went red on what seems to be good news, that's usually not a good thing. So that's why I'm not as hopeful. I'm not going to be like, let me hold this to get a profit out of it. At this point, it's about cutting losses for me. And maybe tomorrow we get a bounce back. Maybe an analyst comes out and defends it, and we can get out, closer to $8. But tough day. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. It's just interesting that even if you look at the they moved the why it's moving alert. Benzinga got embarrassed. They had a why it's moving alert here. It's like HIMS is up, HIMS is up today because they beat and they raised guidance, and the thing was like down 7%. I have a screenshot of it. It's pretty funny, but no one can really find anything. No one can point to anything aside, from that, reiteration of a short report. And these guys didn't really have an impact on the stock last time. So go figure. I guess there's other market participants out there who see what they see. That's the only explanation I have. And it's also being exaggerated by kind of this market environment we're in, which is like sell the news. You saw what happened with DraftKings. So that's why I don't want to sell today. We saw DraftKings rebound. So I'm going to hold and hopefully get a rebound, and we can sell and limit our losses by selling later in this week. So HIM's not working out. Now, on the other hand, ASUR, which we gave you as our number 2 pick, we actually rotated some of our assets to double down on ASUR here when we saw strength in the afternoon. This really worked out. We gave you a 15 plus target. It went to like 15 plus right away. This morning, we gave it to you at $14. You had to be quick. We couldn't get size because of that. All right. In after hours last night, pre-market this morning, there was not a lot of supply. So we did pick some up at 14. just as we were telling you about it too at 14, but only very small size. There was no supply available, and it quickly shot up to 1550, and I think it's going back there. So after we saw this consolidation, it started curling up over here at around in the 1440s. We added to our 1440s position in pretty big size. So hopefully this can make it back into the 1550s. And this is, again, they raised their earnings guidance by 18%. Now we're up 10%. Those of you who've been with us know that that's a formula we use that often seems to happen even on the first day. Okay, so even on the first day, and it was close to 18% at 1550. Okay, I think 18% is like 1580 or something like that. So we got very close to this rapid re-rating. That's what we call it. We're looking at rapid re-ratings based on new information. A delta of information causes a delta in price based on the idea that markets are efficient. So that's what we're looking for here for ASUR. This one we got right. HIMS we got wrong, and we'll see what happens if we can dig ourselves out of HIMS and make some money with ASUR and see if we can pull it out for the day. But for right now, HIMS being our number one position, this largest size. So anyway, okay, it happens from time to time. You got to manage your risk and try to trade out of things. So all right, that's the story with our top picks. Now, our very top pick, our largest position is Overstock. And we've kept this for like a month now. It's been our largest swing position for a month, and I'm not shaken at all. Look at this. I gave you the gap fill possibility here. It is 3109. Okay, 3109. Guess what? We bought some at 30. Okay, I am not worried about this at all. Okay, Overstock, the app rankings for Bed Bath & Beyond are just, I cannot believe that they're being sustained at 7 and 8. Let's actually look at it together right now. All right. So Bed Bath & Beyond, let's check this out. Bed Bath & Beyond app, let's see where they're at today. Still 7. Oh my God, it went up from 8. This is incredible. It's a full week after the launch, and their app rankings have gone from the mid-50s to 7. And it's sustained 7. Look at the company they're in. They're ahead of Target, right next to Nike. I mean, Walmart's at 5. This is huge. I'm sorry, but this is going to impact the stock price at some point. So I am not worried at all. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not even looking at how much we're down because I don't care. Because this thing is, I mean, this is going to 43 at least. Okay, so that's sometimes you just have to have conviction and stick with things. So that's what we're doing on Overstock. All right, things are looking really good. Sabre, which we gave you the other day, and today, we keep reiterating this the last few days. I have a 6 to 8 swing target on this. So today, I don't know why. There's no catalyst today. It's probably just some hedge fund. Or what's this? Did I miss something? Nope. Okay. It's probably just some fun picking up today. Bouncing off of that. What was it? The 200. Where's the level I saw? Let me go to the weekly. There it is. Okay. Now we're above the 50-week moving average right now. So technical traders, funds coming in a couple days after the news, whatever it is. But if you do the fundamental analysis on this and then look at these weekly candles, now you're breaking the 50-week moving average, 6 to 8. That's my range. The top of these candles, 792. 821, 831. That's where I'm getting the 6 to 8 range. The 6 because we're breaking over here, this 50 week, and then 6 is where you had some support, 8 resistance, and we'll see where I'm guessing this. That'll take a couple weeks, and then so this 200-week moving average will start moving down, and maybe we coincide it there with 8 in a few weeks. So 6 to 8. Sabre looking really cheap after that nice earnings report. That's sticking out for us today. PSQH has earnings tonight. Now, this one has been painful because we've been in it for a couple weeks. Let me switch to my other screen here. I'm going to switch to my desktop because I don't have the chart on my phone. For some reason, TD app does not have the data. Okay. Here we go. All right. PSQH. Man, I've been looking for 15 to 20 for a while. We got in like just under 15 for the rebound. We were in this initial trade, if you remember, from 10 to 35, and we held for most of it. That was beautiful. We made a lot of money on 10 to 35. Then we started stepping back in at 16, under 15. We added more. I've been looking for a pop to the 15 to 20 range based on when I wanted to be ahead of the catalyst of them being the first advertiser on the Tucker Carlson show on Twitter. And that hasn't happened yet. And now we're running into earnings tonight. See a little FOMO buying into. I don't expect earnings to be good. They're a very new company. They don't really have revenue yet. So this is going to move on qualitative items either in the headline of the press release or in the conference call or qualitative items in the press release. It has nothing to do with the numbers. Hopefully, they'll have enough qualitative good things that can keep the stock up and give us another shot at selling this. My plan was to sell in the next spike and be out basically for good. Um, so maybe this is the start of it. They were tagged today, but by some huge social media account because it was like Peter Thiel is thinking of investing in Tucker Carlson's new media empire. And they tagged PSQH, this big account on Twitter for some reason. I don't know why they tagged PSQH, probably because Tucker Carlson's associated with PSQH. But the article they showed about Peter Thiel really had nothing directly to do with PSQH. The stock started moving up since that tweet. So it may be related. At least it shows you the sentiment impact when Tucker Carlson and PSQH are kind of mentioned together. So a little bit of risk if you're going to be holding this into earnings tonight or tomorrow. Hold on. Earnings are tomorrow morning. Okay. Earnings are tomorrow morning on PSQH. Definitely some risk there. So this is a smaller size than the rest of our stocks. But I am looking to get out 15 to 20, somewhere in there. You see that? You got some resistance here in the 14s. And then right here, I am not going to hold past this range. If it happens to get and challenge these candles here that we had on July 27th, I'm completely out. Okay. So that's a PSQH. All right. Let's head back to my phone over here. Just 1 second. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. That's PSQH. And Geo, a little bit of news today. I don't think it was market moving really, or inflection point kind of catalyst. SMSI earnings tomorrow. We just did a special VIP show. If you're not a VIP member, join it. Actually, here we go. You join at storytrading.com/app. Get a 1-week free trial. Deep dive into SMSI with our colleague Brian, who knows this company inside and out. Earnings are tomorrow afternoon. Get ready for that earnings report by becoming a VIP over at storytrading.com/app, and you can get that recording. Oh, which reminds me, I need to put that recording in the archives because it is not there at this singular second. And let's see here. Yeah. Wow. All right. We're going to have to put this in there. We will do that right now for the benefit of our members. And I can see it in the archives of the app. It's there. And man, also our last 2 sessions with Rex, we forgot to put those in the archives. Okay. And now they're also in the archives. Okay. So you get all these videos that you can take a look at if you become a VIP member. All right. So where does that leave us? This morning I did an analysis on ARKK and QQQ and we had CPI on Thursday. So if you want the full analysis of that and all the different scenarios that can happen, join us. We'll talk about it. We talk about it every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern for our VIPs. We're not going to rehash that right now, but things are kind of in line within our expectations. What's happening today, not a surprise. We prefer not to see it, but not a surprise that we're pulling back to the levels we're pulling back to. And there could be on the QQQ ARKK over the next couple days to reach the pullback target. So that's all still in play. All right, let me see if we got anything over on Rumble. All right, if you have any questions, you can YouTube or on Rumble, just put it in the chat and we'll take a look at that. Look at ASUR doing really nice since the show started here. We're looking for the 15s. HIMS taking nice rebound here. Hopefully high 7s, 8s, something like that. I'm going to start cutting my losses. All right. Oh, look at Overstock. Overstock coming up near high of day. I wonder if this is just following ARK today or if it's doing its own thing. It's kind of following ARK. ARK is rebounding and the risk assets are rebounding right here. All right. So this afternoon, we are going to be, again, looking at these earnings. We own Celsius and Big Size as a long-term position. I think we own Kodak in the hedge fund. I own it personally in nice size. Rivian, SMCI, we decided to sell SMCI before earnings. It's just been up so much. And the way that stocks have been reacting to earnings, I think there's going to be an opportunity to buy back lower or buy back with the volatility, whatever is going to be happening after hours. So we'll be looking at all of these. Twilio, man, if Twilio beats, I might jump into that because this stock has not really rebounded from the highs at all, like other RK stocks have. 420, it's just flatlined here at 58. So if they have a big beat, there could be an opportunity there. Let's just look at the short position, only 4%. All right, guys. And with that, I think that's about it. Let's just move back to our morning show list and see what we got going on here. HIMS, ASUR. Sure, I love ASUR. Oh, it's doing great. Hopefully, I'll make up for those losses in HIMS. And then Sabre looking good. All right, that's it, folks. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our VIPs. We'll give the early look at what stocks could outperform for the day, along with support and resistance levels. So hop on over to storytrading.com/. You install our app. You can become a VIP, access all our events. And by the way, the app has all kinds of other features we're building: watch list, news feed, collaboration features where you can share our research. So it's rough around the edges. We're working on it and releasing updates, but it's got pretty unique, cool features. I encourage you guys to check it out. So we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Also, tomorrow at 12 p.m., we have a VIP show, usually with Chris Tuttle, unless he's unavailable. Usually he is. We'll do that tomorrow at 12. Tuttle Trades, looking at fundamental analysis of certain stocks. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m., Wednesday, we'll get back to our weekly Zoom, although it'll be a little crazy with earnings season, but we'll do our weekly interactive Zoom for our VIP members. All right, with that, have a good rest of your afternoon. Take care, guys. Thanks for joining.